All right, this time, court's going to go ahead and call. Bell County calls number 23 DFAM 339-528. This is in the interest of no, that's an old pleading. Let me get the latest and I can make sure I got all the names correct. All right, this is in the interest of, okay, they do have separate names. Robbins and Crichton, minor children, non-custodial party being Darius Robbins, custodial party being Ashanti Crichton. And this matter was originally before the court on a petition to establish parent-child relationship and suit affecting parent-child relationship with AOP. It looks like just a bunch of administrative items for this year. So anyway, Ms. Gustafson's present. She's the attorney ad litem. Ms. Miles present. She's the attorney for Darius Robbins. Ms. Kuzak is present. She's the attorney for Ms. Crichton. And Mr. Welch is, of course, representing the state of Texas in this matter. So at this time, I'll ask the state for an opening statement to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here today, whether or not your request is to be a final hearing. And then I'll go in the order that everybody's listed on the pleadings. I'll then go with Ms. Counsel for Mr. Robbins, then Counsel for Ms. Crichton, and then I'll let the ad litem be last. So at this time, I'll go ahead and let the state make their opening statement at this time. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the state is asking for a final order, Your Honor. I mean, this is, as far as I can see, the ninth setting we've had. So this case desperately needs finalization, and we already have a temporary order in place. Um, as for that temporary order, the state is fine with the health and dental insurance that it has, assuming nothing significant has changed. Health through Ms. Crichton at a cost of $356 per month. Dental through her as well at a cost of $28. Cash medical of $144.72 each month that began the first day of March 2024, with cash dental of $24.12 each month beginning the first day of March 2024. As for current child support, the state understands that at the very least, Mr. Robbins is making at least self-employed income of $2,716.50 per month. And Your Honor, the child support back in the temporary order was based off of 2,400, so we're not talking about a big difference. The new current child support thus would be $457 per month, and under the temporary order it was 403, so not much difference. Say understands that Ms. Kuzak will probably be wanting to prove to you that he's making more than that. The state defers to you on that, Your Honor, and merely asks for at least that amount. And I think state understands Ms. Meyer is probably in agreement with the amount that I said, and probably not in agreement with what Ms. Kuzak's position is. As for the issues of retroactive support, state understands Ms. Kuzak is asking for that. The state is not necessarily asking for it, but we have no objection to having it done, and I'm sure one of us will get the testimony in for that. State understands that that in the temporary order, neither party has non-disclosure. State is fine with continuing that. State asks the court to apportion court costs. State has no position on the custody or visitation issues in this case. And so the court's aware, the court had previously ordered app close, electronic communication, and some modified possession access, some step-up periods, it seems. But the state has no interest in any of that. Pass the witness.
Okay. All right, then, Ms. Meyer, your opening, please.
We are we are in agreement of the amounts that the state has said for child support. Obviously, we do ask that there be standard possession over 100 miles. My client lives in Houston. He has been driving back and forth approximately, well, a little over 6 hours round trip each time, and has made his visits as he was allowed to do. He has paid child support through Zelle. He's been making payments through Zelle. So we do have some proof that there shouldn't be any retro child support. We're asking for just standard possession over 100 miles. The parent that receives the child will pick, or the children will pick them up. He would like his last name added to his daughter's birth certificate. She does not have his last name. His son does, but the daughter does not. And then if the parents can't either meet halfway or do something with the travel, we would like to see about adjusting the child support if he does all the travel. And I think that covers everything. I believe that covers everything that we're asking for.
All right, thank you very much. All right, then, Ms. Kuzak? You muted, ma'am. Yeah, I know.
I don't know why I always do this. So I didn't hear the last part. Did Ms. Myers, did you say you wanted a reimbursement for travel?
We're just saying that, if he does all the travel, we'd like to adjust it for all the travel since it is such a long distance. That's as long as it, as far as it is.
Okay, thank you. Judge, we have two children in this case. There's Dalen and then Araya. Dalen is started out this case with some heightened special needs at that point. So if you look at my counter petition, it's going to be a little bit stronger than it probably needs to be now. At that point, they thought he had a degenerative brain issue. There are still diagnoses they're trying to figure out as far as if there are neurological issues or any type of white matter disease, but it's no longer the degenerative one that was present initially. He does, though, he is still on the spectrum. He is in ABA therapy, and he's doing very well with ABA therapy. I say very well. He's making progress with it and needs to stick with it because it's doing what it needs to do. That being said, obviously, anytime you have a child on the spectrum, it's an issue of managing the process and being actively engaged in that ABA therapy. My client will testify that she basically text messages the ABA therapist. She's involved with the ABA therapist. She speaks with them routinely. She presents issues when there are behavioral issues with Dalen. They suggest how to modify that, and they try to figure out a therapy. So it's a big team effort. The team has not traditionally involved the father. It should involve the father. And we asked him to participate and meet the ABA therapist. And as of the last time I spoke with the mom, he has not done so. And so not meeting with the therapist is essentially not participating in the process that helps Dalen be successful. And so that's kind of a symptom of some of the other issues that have been present in this case. As far as what we are requesting, my client is requesting joint managing conservatorship with her being the primary custodial parent. She's asking for exclusive rights as to medical, educational, and passports.
All right, run that by me again. I got the passport part. What was the medical part?
Medical, educational, and passports, Judge. We're asking for father to be involved with the ABA therapy, that he be ordered to participate or at least meet with a therapist. As far as visitation, My client will testify that she's worked hard to create a situation where Dalen and Aria are able to meet with their father and for that visitation to be successful. She wants there to be some consistency, and there are also some restrictions that she would be requesting. For example, no corporal punishment. Dalen specifically, kids on the spectrum, it is actually counterproductive for there to be corporal punishment. So she'll provide some testimony about how that has been an issue. We also would like the kids to stay together for visitation, that they both go to visitation together. Judge, that's a therapist. That's one of the ABA therapists that just
All right, well, I'll leave her out there until we get through with the opening statement. I don't want her to be candid about the information at this point, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. And so the visitation, we would like there to be some injunctive relief on that. We would like for Mr. Robbins to be included with the therapies and to be involved in that. We also have issues on the visitation. One of the issues that is present with the ABA therapy is it took Dalen a long time to get into this program. He was on a wait list for a while. He is now in the program. If he misses a certain number of, and I think that's the other therapist, Judge. If he misses a certain number of visits, then he loses his spot. And that would be very difficult for Dalen. And so that was one of the issues that we discussed before about scheduling visitation in a way that would minimize missing those therapies, or at least just making it to where he does not time out of those therapies. So the over 100 standard possession order with the full summer will for sure kick him out of that ABA program. So I'll ask Ms. Creighton about that to figure out what numbers we're looking at to try to structure meaningful visitation in the summer while still allowing Dalen to participate in his therapies. As far as child support goes, Mr. Robbins is self-employed. This is one of those situations where if you look at his taxes are going to show meager income, but his actions and what he has available and what he's purchasing and selling, all of these things are not consistent with that meager income. There are some bank records that we received that reference other bank accounts that we don't have. And so we'll ask about that to see if the amount of support is appropriate. As far as retro, yes, my client is requesting retroactive support. There will be two amounts, one for one child, and then when Aria was born in 2023, it would obviously go to the next percentage. Health insurance, I believe all of that's kind of locked in. I'm sure Ms. Creighton wants to keep the health insurance and dental that she has and be reimbursed what the court sees as appropriate for health insurance. As far as communication, the parties should be able to continue to use AppClose. And then as far as the name change, what my client was, so Dalen, the older child, the boy, his last name is already Robbins. So my client would like the kids to have the same name. And so she would either ask for it to be hyphenated Creighton Robbins, or if Dalen keeps his name as simply Robbins, she would ask that Aria's middle name be changed to Creighton, so that Aria's name is Aria Creighton Robbins.
Okay.
And I believe that's all I have as far as the issues, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Ms.
Judge.
Gustafson.
Yes, Your Honor. I certainly think the parents need to be joint managing conservators. I think that that's the best situation here. We're certainly, I don't think, in a situation where mom needs to be sole managing conservator, and I appreciate the fact that we've come so far. Certainly, I do think that it is necessary for mom to still have the exclusive right to make medical decisions. Just because I am disappointed that dad has not reached out to the ABA therapist. Unless I hear some different testimony, I don't think I'll be recommending a standard possession order at this time because of the extra care that you need to have when you do have a child that's on the spectrum. I mean, certainly dad needs to become more involved in learning more about that and working with the therapist, because you have to have a continued effort with every member involved that's working directly with the child or spending any kind of time with that child. You have to use the same methods, and those methods change. And so I'm looking forward to hearing what some of the therapists have to say. And hopefully this family's moving forward. And so that's a good sign. But at this point, unless I hear differently, I don't think that a standard possession order is in the best interest of the children at this point. But and certainly on the name change, I certainly think that the kids need to have the dad's last name. And I certainly don't think at this point that corporal punishment would ever be appropriate in the case of a child that's on the spectrum. So those are my thoughts at this point.
No corporal, got it. Hey, everybody, I'm going to go, okay, that covers everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and let the therapist in, and I'm going to put them in a breakout room. And I think we need to let them be called first. That way we can get them back to their jobs. So anyway, let me go ahead and let, let's see, it's Miss Jones and Miss True. So I'll make my, all right, Ms. Jones, Ms. True, welcome to 4D Court. I'm Judge Nelson. Sorry to keep you in the breakout room, waiting room so long, but we were in the middle of opening statements. So I'm gonna go. We're getting ready to call you both as witnesses. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go first, because this matter can well, it was scheduled for 3 hours, but I don't think it's going to be able to go that long because of other commitments. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and let y'all be the first witnesses in here. I'm going to go ahead at this point and move both. I'll see which one needs to be called first, Ms. Kuzak, and I'll put the other in a breakout room. And then as soon as the first person's finished his testimony, we'll go ahead and get the second person in, and hopefully after that, we'll both of y'all be free to go. The only thing I need to let you know, what is being done is called the rule. Witnesses are not allowed to remain in the courtroom and hear other witnesses' testimony. We want a concise witness information based on what they actually know and what they may have not heard in court. So at this time, I'll ask Ms. Kuzak, which one of you will remain in here, and we'll take you as the first witness. And then as soon as that one's done, we're going to go get the other person in and bring them back in from breakout. So Ms. Kuzak, who do you want to try to go with first?
And Judge, I need to ask my client which one is the more direct one right now. I'm not sure. Ms. Creighton?
Yes, ma'am. Either or would be great. Nicole works more with parent training and the things I have to do, and then Carrie is her partner in that, and also interpreting data and kind of creating day lunch treatment plans for how we have to proceed with this therapy.
All right, thank you. And Judge, so I'll just go ahead and call Ms. True first.
All right, well, I'm going to do is swear all parties in, both the parties and the witnesses. So, Mr. Robbins, you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, everybody raise your right hand, please, and unmute yourselves. Everyone solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give this court today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you. Please say, I will.
I will.
I will.
All right, everybody's officially earned the oath. I'm going to go ahead and put your hands down. And you said you want to go with which one first? And Ms. Kuzak, I'm sorry, Ms. True. Ms. True.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Jones, I'm gonna place you in the breakout room. Don't worry, we can see you're in there. We're not gonna fix you there. As soon as this is over, we'll come get you. But you know, it's kind of sitting in an electronic board is always fun. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move you over to room number 3, and then we'll get started. All right. And I'm trying to put the wrong person in there, so there we go. All right, you should be getting an invite to room number 3. Just go ahead and take it. Looks like she's done that already. Okay, a second. Yep, she's there. All right, then. Everybody's under oath, and at this time, Ms. Kuzak, you can go ahead and call your first witness, please.
Thank you, Judge. So, ma'am, your name on there is Carly True, but can you state your name for the court? I'm sorry, you're muted.
My name is Ezira Nicole Owens Johnson.
Is
Okay.
there a,
Ezera
okay,
Nicole Nicole Owens Johnson.
okay.
And I am a licensed assistant behavior analyst for Rogue ABA.
All right, Ms. Johnson. Mr. Welch, can you go ahead and change your name, please? What was your first name again, ma'am?
Ezira, Ezera.
Okay.
Is Zira Carly True?
No.
No.
No, that's my company email. I mean, my
Oh,
company's
I was wondering. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound like. All right. So is
No,
Zira
that's fine.
in the last name again? Sorry.
Owens, Owens.
Is Zira Owens?
Johnson,
Johnson.
Owens Johnson. Mhm.
Got it. Thank you.
ma'am. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. I'm gonna go ahead and speak with her first. Do we go in,
Yeah, well, she's your witness. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
go out of order at this point because we're gonna go ahead and try to get these folks back to work. All right, thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you, Judge. Okay, Ms. Owens Johnson, how do you know Dalen Robbins?
I know Dalen Robbins because he is one of our clients. We provide applied behavior analysis services for him through Rogue ABA. And I am the supervising clinician for his case. I'm his case manager.
Okay. So you're his case manager. And then what was the other thing that you said that you were,
I'm one of the supervising clinicians, and I go in and monitor.
okay. So are you the one who works with him on a daily basis, or you supervise the person who works on a daily basis?
I supervise the person that works on a daily basis.
Okay. Do you also occasionally work with Dalen, and are you familiar with his progress?
Yes.
And is that part of the capacity of being a supervising clinician, that you look at the therapist who works with him more directly and you figure out where Dalen is and what therapies need to be worked on?
Yes.
Okay. So autism spectrum disorder currently, it's always evolving, but currently it has levels, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you known Dalen?
I met Dalen in, I believe, April.
Okay. Of this year, of 2025?
April 2025, yes.
Okay. So what do you know about Dalen's level on the autism spectrum?
I believe Dalen is a level 2.
And so are there 3 levels?
Yes.
Okay. Just briefly, where is he on that spectrum? Like, what is level 1? What is level 3? And then where is he in the middle?
Level 1 is the more severe level. Level 2 is like a median, and level 3 is like more in a high functioning range.
Okay. Is Dalen verbal?
Yes.
Okay. What issues does Dalen present with that your office or clinic is currently working on?
Social, emotional, like he has self regulation, coping, um, interacting with peers, adjusting to like different environments that he's in, um, accepting and tolerating no or not right now.
Okay, so accepting and tolerating something that's adverse to him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say that consistency is important for kids in general?
Yes.
Would you say that consistency is vital to a kid on the spectrum?
Yes.
Do kids in general tend to need the kids on the spectrum tend to react poorly when things are inconsistent?
Yes.
And a child like Dalen, what types of behaviors does he present with when he is either upset or something is off in his world?
Physical aggression, property destruction, self-negative talk. Occasionally he does make like verbal threats towards his mother or his younger sister. That's pretty much sums it up.
Has he does he occasionally take off his clothes when he's upset?
He has in the past.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Can you say that again?
He has in the past.
He has in the past?
Yes.
Okay. Has he does he elope?
Yes.
Okay. What does eloping mean?
Eloping is leaving an area within 3 to 5 feet range from an adult that is with you.
Okay. So it's where maybe a kid on the spectrum, something is difficult for them to process. And then instead of staying wherever that negative thing is, they just take off, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen any of these? And do you call them meltdowns? Like, what do you call them when their world kind of crashes?
A meltdown is whenever you're engaging in multiple of the behaviors that was spoke of previously. Physical aggression, property destruction, elopement, crying, yelling, screaming, vocal and physical refusals, self-negative talks, verbal threats.
Okay. And so working with ABA therapy, and is ABA therapy something that's just pretty much unique with, or is it unique with autism spectrum disorder?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Are there other types of kids who also get ABA therapy?
Yes.
Okay. So with a child like Dalen, do you track behaviors over time?
Yes.
And so when you track them, do you keep like reports? How do you do that to see?
We do that through an EMR system.
Okay.
We collect data daily during sessions, and we collect it in an EMR system.
Okay. Have you seen any patterns of behavior? Well, first of all, I'll just say if you see a pattern of behavior, do you bring that up with the mother?
Yes.
Okay. Do you text each other routinely?
Yes.
Okay. So if you see a behavior that concerns you, you reach out to mom and mom reaches back, and together as a team, you try to figure out how to continue a game plan to fix this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen any behaviors that have caused you to question, what's going on outside of ABA therapy?
Yes.
Okay. What behaviors have you seen that you thought were different, out of the norm?
Sometimes occasionally on Monday mornings, he has meltdowns. He's just kind of in a different headspace. He would have like physical aggression, or he would just say different things that he wouldn't typically say like the week before.
Okay. So, so the week before he did not present with these issues, and then on Monday morning he did. And did that cause you to wonder what was happening in between those two periods of time?
Yes.
I'm going to object, please. So far, all the questions are very leading. I'd really like to just hear the therapist rather than the attorney explain on.
I'm going to sustain that. I was I want to try to speed through this as best we can, because it sounds like we got a time crunch here today, folks. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get through. But Ms. Cusack, let's use some more open-ended questions. Let the therapist testify.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
So you are leading. So no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you. So Ms. Owens-Johnson, that period of time in between, did you ask Mom about that?
I would ask her, how was his weekend? Did you guys do anything this weekend? And if anything happened throughout the weekend, how was he over the weekend?
And to be clear, did you know before you asked that, did you know what was planned for that weekend?
No.
Okay. And then what did Mom tell you about what had happened that weekend?
He had a visitation.
And then when you say had a visitation, with whom?
He had a visitation with his dad.
Okay. Do you try to figure out how to remedy that situation? Did you discuss options for that?
We have, yes.
And what types of things do you think would be helpful in dealing with?
I offered to provide a parent training with dad, just to be able for him to be able to, have an idea how to intervene if Dalen happens to go into any of his maladaptive behaviors. And there's also ways to use like strategies to prevent those behaviors, like discuss preventative measures, and if the behavior occurs, how to respond to it, to help decrease it or for it not to happen at all.
Okay. And are these behaviors difficult to deal with, like in a public setting?
Yes.
To date, have you spoken with Mr. Robbins? Have you met Mr. Robbins?
No, ma'am.
Have you had any calls to your knowledge or emails from him?
No, ma'am.
The parent training, what does that look like? Like, is it like a day? What is it?
It's typically a meeting that we have with a parent within, it can be inside of during the session time or outside of the session time. We meet for approximately 1 to 2 hours, and we discuss ways to prevent any behaviors, any concerns, any questions. Sometimes we do like modeling on how to respond and intervene to the behaviors, and we talk about reinforcement strategies to help keep the behaviors decreased.
Okay. And is it important for their when there are these negative behaviors that he's experiencing, is it important to have a consistent response between everyone involved as to these behaviors?
Yes, because that means it will generalize across all environments and people.
So if
I'm
Dalen,
sorry, real quick, ma'am. Could that be done, like on Zoom? It's because like I said, Dad's in Houston, so could that be done on Zoom? Does it have to be?
Yes, the parent trainings,
Yeah, yes.
yes.
Okay, just want to make sure you don't have to drive all the way in from Houston, so yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Then, so as to, and so I think what I was asking is, you know, if there are certain keywords that mom uses and certain keywords that you use, if he hears dad use those keywords, will he know better how to handle these issues?
Yes, if there's consistency.
Okay. What are your views on whether corporal punishment works with kids on the spectrum?
We do not incorporate any type of negative punishment in applied behavior analysis, and we
Okay.
don't have that. We don't do corporal punishment at all.
Can it cause, how does a child?
May I interrupt real quick? I think we all agree no corporal punishment. That might save us some time. There will be no corporal punishment.
All right, good enough. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Lawyer's on board with that, so we're good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge. And thank you, Ms. Myers.
Yes.
As to absences. So for a child like Dalen to get into this program, is there frequently a wait list?
Yes.
Okay. Do you happen to know how long Dalen had to wait on the wait list for this spot?
I don't know.
Okay. What would cause someone to lose that spot?
Not coming to sessions consistently, canceling.
Okay, so if Dalen were to spend a large period of time with his dad in the summer, would he be at risk of losing his spot?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a policy for that? Do you happen to know how many absences that would be?
I don't have the paper and I don't have it in front of me, but yes, it's also required by insurance that you have to attendance is like 90%.
He has to be 90% to keep his spot.
Yes, for attendance, yes.
And so that's a policy through your clinic or your business and also possibly through insurance.
Yes.
Okay. Currently, what is his schedule as far as ABA therapy?
He has ABA Monday through Friday from 9 to 12.
So 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. What about, is that just during the summer?
I didn't hear you. Could you repeat that?
I'm sorry, is that just during the summer?
No, that's his schedule.
Oh, okay. So is that ABA therapy kind of his school during the school year?
Yes. Wait, what? Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. Let me turn my volume up. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I'll just strike that question. I'll ask mom that question. But he has to have 90% attendance or he risks losing his spot, correct?
Yes.
Do kids, so one of the things is whether there are any types of adaptations that you can do. Do kids like Dalen respond well to Zoom ABA therapy? Or is in-person ABA therapy, like, what are your views on that?
We would have to do some modeling, and you can't really do a whole lot of that via Zoom. The Zoom is for the parent training.
Okay.
So we do in person
Okay.
or direct sessions, direct therapy sessions.
Okay. So the parent training can be on Zoom, but the kid actual therapy is typically in person.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. Can you think of anything that you've noticed that needs to be said about Dalen's therapy that maybe I haven't asked you?
The only thing that concerns me for Dalen is that he is about to transition into a new environment. He has never attended like public school before, and we're going to have to assist him with that transition because he does not adapt to new environments based off of my observation very well. So he definitely needs that transition, the assistance with ABA. And we will be attending school with him.
Okay. So I'll just tell you so you have a framework for this. Typically when there's visitation, the visiting parent has to bring the child back at least 7 days before school. Do you feel that 7 days is enough time to catch up and to get Dalen in a position where he's going to be where he can be successful in school?
No, because we're currently working on setting him up for success at school. So we wouldn't have the time in between. 7 days would not be enough time for us to continue our interventions for that.
So you're working on that now?
Yes.
For
he's never,
August?
Yes.
Okay. I pass the witness, Judge.
All right, I got a real quick question, ma'am. Obviously, we got a lot of kids and they've got a lot of summer vacations and things like that. And obviously they're going to be facilities in Harris County that could probably do some of this. Is your company a chain? Is there more than one office? Is there someone else that y'all can punt the ball to in case we want to try to give dad as much time in the summer as possible? I'm really only thinking about summers because under Texas law, non-custodial parties get 42 days in the summer, and I'm trying to figure out how to and I can divide it up in half. I can divide it in 3-week time frames or 2-week time frames. Is there a facility that you have used in the past or you know of in Harris County that might be able to take over for you on these items?
We only have a location here. I have not been affiliated with any facilities outside of Bell County.
All right, just want to make sure. All right, thank you very much, ma'am. All right, at this time, you're through with the witness. Is that correct, Ms. Kuzak?
I have one follow-up on that issue, Judge, about going to another therapist. If Ms. Owens Johnson, if there were a therapist in Harris County, does that transition well, or is that, how would that work in Dalen's world? Would that be an easy transition?
I don't see Dalen on a regular basis, and sometimes it's hard for him to transition with me, and he knows me. So he's very rigid, and he wants the person that he works with. He even tells me, he's like, "Hey, where's my therapist?" So I mean, I try to keep that rapport with him. I try to see him a little bit more often than not, just to keep building that rapport so he can get used to me, because I'm not there every day. I do tend to go see him a little more often than I would see my other kiddos, which is typically maybe once a week. And I've even had direct sessions with him. So it takes him a while to build up that rapport. And in the beginning, he's going to engage in physical aggression. He did that with the therapist when he first started working with her. So those are his behaviors.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you showing up today. I don't know, Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Meyer, you're a witness.
Yes, thank you. I just have a couple of questions. So the training that you discussed, the parent training, can that be done anytime? I mean, can Mr. Robbins come in and just set that up, or is that something that you have scheduled?
He can coordinate with myself, and I'd be glad to set up one with him.
So we could work that around his schedule?
Yes. I mean, I don't know his schedule, but I would try my best to accommodate him around his schedule. Yes.
Do you feel that having time, if his dad can get this training, do you believe it is good or helpful for Dalen to have more time with his father?
It could be. It's all about, communicating and being able to, properly respond, and being able to be preventative, you kind of have to meet them where they're at. You have to be able, gain a little knowledge, know how to respond if he does engage, know how to be preventative so he does not engage, so we can keep the behaviors decreased. He's came a long way since he's been in therapy.
Okay, and then you mentioned Zoom training for dad. How would that work? Would that be as efficient as being in person? Would he still get the same information he needs?
No, not necessarily. But what do you mean?
Well,
not.
if since he is so far away, I know that the schedule has prevented him from being able to be there, Monday through Friday. I'm sure he can work something out so he can come for part of it. But if he can only come for maybe 1 or 2 hours of training in person, would it help him to also get more training through Zoom as well?
Yes, as long as there's consistency. Yes, I've actually offered to be available on Saturdays. I've offered that to mom a few times because I know that dad comes on Saturdays down here, and I've offered a few times to go do a visit on Saturday to meet with him.
Okay, I don't know that we knew that, but that's wonderful. Thank you for that. So let's go to the missing some of the sessions. So if it's 90% attendance, so that would give us about 10% maybe that he could possibly miss. So if he were to miss, say, 1 week in the summer, or if he were to miss maybe 1 Friday a month throughout the year, do you think that would be a huge issue? Or if he got on a consistent basis where he knew, 1 Friday a month he would miss, do you think that would be okay with him with your program?
As far as the policy goes, no. I mean, that wouldn't, that would still be within the company policy.
Okay. And what do you think about how it would affect Dalen if we kept it on a consistent basis? Say 1 Friday a month, he knew that, he would not be there that 1 Friday each month. He'd have a long extended weekend with dad. Would that, once he got into that groove, do you think that'd still be a problem, or do you think he could adapt?
We do something called priming in ABA. And so that would be something that we would have to build up to.
Okay.
We would have to sometimes we use social stories to do that, but Dalen's pretty smart. He's a very smart kid. We would just, we'd have to build up to let him know, hey, this is what's going to happen. So,
and this is just an example. I'm just trying to kind of get a mental idea or a picture of how this would work. So say August, at the beginning of August, you will start letting him know in advance that on the 4th week of August, he would be gone that Friday. Is that what you mean? And then you just kind of reinforce that until the day happens so he'd be prepared?
I'm going to go ahead and let Carrie speak because she could probably answer some of those questions a little.
Okay. I have no other questions for you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can ask her that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Gustafson. All right, Ms.
Yes.
Gustafson, the child's lawyer. So
Yes. Miss Owens Johnson, my name is Jana Gustafson, and I'm the attorney that represents Dalen. And I just have a few questions to follow up on. How many hours a week is Dalen, is it suggested for Dalen to have an ABA therapy? I think she muted herself.
yeah, ma'am, you've gone dark on us. You're muted and your video's gone. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. We can
My apologies.
we can go out the video, but we gotta have the audio. All right.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay.
So do you know how many hours that Dalen is approved to have an ABA therapy?
25.
25. And so He's actually just getting 15 a week. Is that right? 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
You're asking me to do math. Give me a second. I'm sorry. It's not my strongest. Yes.
And many times kids are approved for more time. It's just that the availability of therapists is just really tight. Is that correct?
In some cases, yes.
And which is what creates all of these long waiting lists. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
on the questions regarding there being somebody in Harris County that could maybe fill in, these therapy sessions are expensive, correct?
Could you repeat that?
ABA therapy is expensive, correct?
Yes.
So if you don't have insurance, it's like $125 to $150 an hour, correct?
I don't have a number for you. I apologize. I don't know.
So right now, this therapy is paid for by insurance,
Yes.
but it's approved for your company and your therapist. Is that right?
Yes.
So it would be a whole nother thing for him to have it approved in Harris County and you have a different provider.
Yes.
But there's still a part that is probably a copay that comes out of pocket. Is that right? Or do you not know anything about the billing?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay. So on parent training, when you give a class with a parent, that's not a one and done thing, is it?
No.
So the parent training, that kind of goes on through the child's therapy, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
as things develop with the child, what works today might not work tomorrow.
Yes.
And so every time there's a behavior thing that happens, you have to kind of touch back with the parent and, if this isn't working, you go back over with the parent a new technique. Is that right?
Yes, it's called a modification if needed.
And what works with mom might not necessarily work with dad. Is that correct?
Yes.
So for this to be a working scenario, Mr. Robbins would need to keep an open line of communication with you in order for this to be a positive thing with Dalen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But this initial parent training would probably be longer than follow-up sessions, correct?
Yes.
And it would be important for Mr. Robbins to also reach out to you about things that happened during his time with Dalen. That would help Dalen the most.
That would be appropriate. Yes.
Because he might react differently with his dad than he does with his mom.
Possibly. Yes.
And that's what you're for. It's for the parents to reach back out and discuss Dalen's behavior so Dalen can get the most help possible. Is that right?
Yes.
What are some of Dalen's triggers?
I'm gonna go ahead and let Ms. Carey speak. She's the clinical director. She jumps into the sessions as well with me. We both see Dalen in person, and I'm gonna let her speak.
So when the therapist recognizes a trigger, do you and her discuss it and come up with a plan to then implement with the parents?
Yes.
Do you know if Dalen self-harms?
I'm not sure.
while you're conditioning him to start going to school, have y'all been taking him on any field trips or anything like that?
Yes.
And he's been with y'all 3 months, correct?
No.
Well, since April. I'm sorry, I probably counted that wrong. But he's been
No. That's me.
Okay.
No, not with the company. I'm with the company longer than that.
Okay. So do you know when he started with the company?
No. No.
Okay. But
Getting-
since you've met him, he's come a long way.
yes.
The idea behind ABA therapy is so that the child progresses so he can adapt to his environment, so he can exist more comfortably in common environments, correct?
Across all settings and all people.
So where he is now, the idea is to get him where he is more comfortable over time, so that perhaps we can get to where he's spending more time with his father away. Would that be
Yes.
a good goal to have?
Yes.
I think that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Cusack. I'm sorry, Mr. Welch. I was cutting you out because you usually don't have any anything of these types of witnesses, but I'll go ahead and give you. I have to go ahead and give you that opportunity, sir. So, Mr. Welch, you're a witness.
No questions, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
No, I'm sorry, I did. Yeah, I kind of figured that. All right, Ms. Cusack, anything on redirect? And if you do, I'm going to have to. I'm try to limit you folks to a couple of minutes each if anything on redirect and recross. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, I don't have anything further of this witness. Thank you, Ms. Owens Johnson.
All right, Ms. Meyer.
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and Ms. Owens Johnson, you're gonna be free to go. You can hang around the courtroom if you want. The judge needs to take a break, guys. Sorry, I'm an old guy now. So I need to take about a 10-15 minute break, and I'll be right back in, and then we'll do the other witness, and we'll see how long that takes, and then we'll start trying to hear something from the parties. But at this time, like I say, it's about quarter till 12. I mean, quarter to 11. I'll be back right at 11:03, something like that. All right, thank you.
Ms. Cusack, so what time was your client wanting to leave for the?
I can join mobile. I'll be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right. All right, well, I'm stopping the recorder, and like I said, everybody can turn their screens off and their microphone, because remember, we are broadcasting on YouTube, so everybody out in the real world can see you. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're back on the record on Bell County Calls number 23 BFAM 339528 in the interest of Robbins and Crichton minor children. Non-custodial party being Darius L. Robbins, custodial party being Ashanti S. Crichton. And we just finished with one witness, and we just have brought Ms. Jones back in. Ms. Jones, you have previously been sworn in, so you're already under oath. And at this time, I'll allow Ms. Cusack to start your questioning. Thank you very much, ma'am. You may proceed at this time, Ms. Cusack.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Jones, I represent Ms. Creighton, and so I wanted to ask you some questions about Dalen so that we can try to figure out, how to handle his unique situation.
Sure.
So you're an ABA therapist, correct?
I am a BCBA. I'm a board certified behavior analyst.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me write that down again. BCBA,
Yes,
so board certified.
behavior analyst.
Okay. How is that different than an ABA therapist?
I have a master's degree in psychology with a concentration in applied behavior analysis. I have passed board examination to be licensed in the state of Texas. I actually write all of the goals. I go in and do initial assessments. I observe deficits, and I write the programming that the therapists actually implement.
Okay. So yours is more, it starts out as a collegiate based form of study, and then, you create the criteria that the therapists follow?
Yes.
Okay. So are you basically, and you said that this had to do, you were something about ABA as well. So you have that training plus the other training, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you work directly with Dalen Robbins?
I do.
Okay. How long have you known Dalen?
I started working with Dalen in February of 2025.
Okay. So February of 2025, is that when you joined the company or is that when Dalen joined?
That's when I joined the company.
Was Dalen already there at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So what types of behaviors when you met Dalen, what did you see at that time?
Dalen engages in negative self-talk. He elopes. He will scream, cry, yell. He'll engage in physical aggression towards siblings, therapist, and his mother. He does engage in some self-interest behavior towards himself. I believe that covered everything.
Okay. Does he also sometimes just disrobe?
Yes, he has.
Okay. Does that fall under self-harm or is that a separate behavior?
It's a separate behavior. It's something that we don't often see in session, but it happens quite frequently outside of session.
Okay. Are you in communication with Miss Creighton frequently on Dalen's successes and things he needs to remedy?
Absolutely.
And so how do you communicate with Miss Creighton?
We either will communicate via text, in person, or over the phone.
Okay. And then as far as the therapies that you engage in with Dalen, are those in person?
Yes.
Would you agree that he's on the level 2 ASD diagnosis?
Yes.
Okay. Is Dalen verbal?
Yes. I would like to make it very clear that just because he is verbal does not mean that he can functionally communicate.
And what does that mean?
Being verbal is being able to speak words. Functional communication is being able to communicate your wants, your needs, your discontent, or explain anything that's going on around him.
Okay, so does he struggle with that portion of it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how have you seen that? Can you give me an example?
He can be in a group of kids and somebody will knock down his blocks. Instead of saying, hey, don't do that, I don't like that, he will engage in physical aggression. Maybe we are making slime and he wanted to put in a particular ingredient. If I do that, he may just take off running away from me instead of saying, hey, I want to do that.
So is this kind of going back to the kind of stereotype of use your words to convey your emotions to someone?
That's often what you will hear people outside of ABA say, yes.
Okay. It's not quite as easy with a kid on the spectrum, but that's kind of a similar concept that we know that people can say words, but that doesn't mean that they're communicating effectively.
This is correct.
Okay. So what things kind of trigger that? Would you say that transitions trigger that? Like going from one thing to another thing?
Oftentimes with Dalen in particular, anything out of the ordinary will trigger it. Even small changes such as maybe breakfast is normally at 9 o'clock and he got it at 10 o'clock. It will be a very big setting event for him. Not enough sleep will be a setting event for him. Maybe he was expecting something to go a particular way and it did not go that way. That will trigger a lot of that.
So if he has certain expectations and then those are not met, that creates tumult for him. Is that safe?
One of the many things, yes.
Okay. If he does not, so if he what he expects and what happens is different causes a trigger. is not knowing what's going to happen also, like the unknown, is that also a problem for Dalen?
That's a huge trigger for him, yes.
Okay. So when he is trying to cope and interact with peers, does he sometimes have a hard time adjusting to things as a normal, or I'll just say neurotypical child would engage in? Does he have a hard time
Yes.
adjusting?
Yes, Dalen often struggles with transitions, even if it's something simple as going from doing work at the table to doing work on the floor. He will struggle. Yes, you will often see behaviors.
And so would you agree that going to a new school is a big transition for any kid?
Yes.
Is Dalen going to a new school this year?
Yes.
What grade is he going into?
I believe he's going into kindergarten.
Are you working on that transition right now?
Yes, we have been working on that very heavily this summer in particular. Yes.
So, what the court has to do here is typically in cases like this, when parents don't live together, they've got to figure out how to balance, you know, the visitation, the kid's right to have a meaningful relationship with both parents, and also these other factors. So typically, a child will go to the other parent for 30 or 42 days in the summer. Do you feel that that would be something that would be difficult for Dalen to handle?
Yes, that would be against my best clinical recommendation.
Okay. What about smaller periods? So let's say that the court broke this up. First of all, what do you know about the absence policy with where you work, as far as like when a child might lose a spot?
We require that our clients adhere to 90% of their prescribed hours.
Okay, so right now he's going to about 15 hours a week. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So he would only, so is that for the whole year?
Yes, his schedule is consistent. He actually is prescribed 25 hours a week, but he is being covered for 15.
Okay. So when did the 90%, is that when is that evaluated? Is that like a 6-month thing, or is that a 12-month thing where they evaluate whether he's attending as planned?
We often look at that weekly and monthly.
Okay.
Because we do offer the ability to make up hours. Let's just say something happens and we have to miss a session for the week. The therapist will make up those hours over the subsequent days, maybe staying an hour later or coming in an hour earlier to make sure that he gets all of his prescribed hours.
And so that's if he's missing like a day or two, taking that day or two and moving it, right?
Yes.
If it were like, let's say 2 or 3 weeks, would that be difficult to absorb that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is that something that might get him kicked out of the program?
Yes.
What do you think, if you were to guess, what would be, I mean, I say guess, using, what you do as a profession. What do you think would be the broadest length of time that you think that Dalen would be able to miss and still maintain his absences and still also maintain like a meaningful trajectory forward in his progress?
As far as consistently, it would be something like maybe a Friday, a couple times a month. We do often have clients go on vacation during the summer, which everybody is cognizant of, where they will maybe miss 3 or 4 days. That's really our only exception to that policy. And the reason why is because this is a medically necessary service. And so I like to kind of explain it like medication. You go to the doctor and the doctor tells you you need to take these pills once a day. You don't in the summer say, all right, I'm not going to need to take these life-changing pills for 45 days and then expect to come back and not have any type of negative effects from it. That is what ABA is. It is medically necessary, and these are prescribed hours.
So do you think when you said vacation, like 3 or 4 days, do you think like a 5-day period of time could be stretched a little bit so that Dalen can have a visitation as a kind of vacation with his dad?
That would be something that we would have to coordinate with parents and ensure that we are able to still come in and observe behaviors in that environment, whether it's via telehealth or not. We would need to have consistent communication with the father as well over progresses and maybe regressions.
Okay. So potentially there could be a 5-day window of opportunity, and then with Mr. Robbins being able to maybe Zoom or something like that with you to make sure everything's going okay with Dalen.
It could be potentially something that we do, but it's, like I said, it's not recommended.
Okay. So I can kind of tell with your tone with this and your
I'm sorry, Mr. Kuzak, I hate to interrupt, but I got a question and I need to ask it while I'm thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Man, say Dad came down and got an area R&B locally and for the whole week, and he's the one that brought the child over for his sessions every day. Would that be something that would work better for you guys?
That would be perfect.
Okay, all right, then. I think outside the box on this one. So, all right, thank you. I just want to run that one by you. Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Kuzak. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And so that would involve Mr. Robbins participating in that process and bringing Dalen, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So speaking of that, have you met Mr. Robbins before?
I have not.
Have you heard from Mr. Robbins, like phone or email or anything like that, to your knowledge?
I have not.
Okay. Do you feel that it would be helpful for you if you were to meet with Mr. Robbins and bring him in on the team?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you provide any type of parental training?
Yes, that's required.
And so do all parents, like Ms. Creighton, does she participate in parental training?
Yes.
How often would you say she participates in parental training?
I would say on average, probably once to twice a week.
Okay. So this isn't a one and done kind of thing. It's a continual process.
Absolutely.
And so for someone who's even bringing the child in, they're still trained once or twice a week?
Yes. Everybody involved. I know for Ms. Creighton that she involves everybody in his care. So even his child care provider will get guardian training. Her mother has even came to guardian training. Her sister will sit in for guardian training as well. It's a really holistic approach. Everybody needs to be involved and everybody needs to be on the same page.
And is that because certain words and things that you use with the child in this type of therapy, it's important to hear those same words?
May not necessarily be the same words, but it will be the same intervention. Yes, consistency is key. Okay.
And so consistency, does that mean also visitation? Well, like if there's someone in Dalen's life who he can visit, would consistency of visitation also be something that's important so that Dalen can anticipate that visitation?
It depends on the interaction during the visitation.
Okay.
It could be positive or it could be detrimental to Dalen's progress.
Okay. As far as the behaviors, does Dalen also sometimes elope?
Yes.
Okay. We talked about the self-harm. Other than like the disrobing, what other types of self-harm have you seen Dalen engage in?
I've actually seen him hit his head on the wall, or he will hit himself.
Okay. Do you also track behaviors over days to see if there are any patterns of behavior?
It is required that we take data collection every session that Dalen has.
Do you notice sometimes when you see an off day for Dalen? Have you
Yes.
seen that recently?
Yes.
Have you asked the mom about that time period and what might be going on at home?
Well, essentially, when we first started seeing it, we thought maybe it was the having sessions every day, and then the weekend, not having the sessions, that consistency part of things. But we noticed that it was pretty inconsistent. So it would be some Mondays that we would come in and there would be a huge spike in behaviors. And then maybe other Mondays, we did not see that huge spike in behaviors. And once we noticed the pattern, we did ask mother.
So when you say a spike in behavior, like typical case of the Mondays, like a kid can go to school and be cranky. We're all kind of cranky on Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are Mondays that are different than other Mondays, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Did you bring this up, or did Miss Creighton bring this up?
It was brought up by us.
Okay. So you understand in a situation like this where you're dealing with family loss, sometimes a parent can say, do you notice XYZ? And you're like, oh, you know what? Now that you mention it, and you could maybe assume her belief system on this. It didn't go in that direction, right?
No.
Okay. So what did you see?
You can see on his behavior graphs that there are little random spikes in his graphs. And so once we noticed that happening every once in a while, we kind of ask, like, setting events questions is what we ask. Has he taken his medication? Is he sick? Has he slept? Was there anything different in his environment? And when we asked those questions, she said that he had a visit from the prior weekend, and then we kind of delve into more of that. Like, what was it? Was it something that was different? How did he respond during the visit? We kind of ask some of those behavior analytic questions to, kind of better make sense of how we can adjust to these changes.
And so when you say how you can adjust, so you can take, something that maybe triggered over a weekend that caused a Monday problem, and then you and the rest of the team can figure out a game plan for how to handle that.
We try, yes.
And so does that include, I think we heard the term earlier, is it priming?
Mm-hmm.
So does that include priming him for the visitation?
Yes, it can include priming him for the visitation, but also it's very important that whoever he is involved with during the visitation also engages in the same behaviors that we are teaching him during the week.
Okay. So you could say something where you're kind of building up this visitation, right? Like, what are you doing this weekend? Or is it as simple as that, or is there more to it?
It's a lot more complex than that.
Okay. But is it something that you are already trying to anticipate to facilitate?
Yes.
Okay. And that's for Dalen's own good, right?
Absolutely.
We talked about so as far as being able to do therapies, is it your experience so the parenting training can be on Zoom or some sort of video, correct?
Yes, a portion of it can, yes.
Okay. Is ABA therapy, or the type of therapy you do with Dalen, is it something that easily transfers to Zoom, or are there things is it better to do it in person?
Research recommends against doing children under the age of 12 via telehealth.
Okay. And why is that?
Attention span, skill deficits. A lot of what we do with children under 12 require prompting, more hands-on helping to kind of engage in some of the targets, which is we're not able to do that over Zoom.
Okay. And are there physical cues that you have to do with behavior modification also?
Yes.
Okay. And then another question that was asked earlier, do you have anyone in the Harris County area that you work with where Dalen would be able to transfer or anything like that?
Transferring in general for ABA is a very difficult process. It's not often that I've never heard myself of a client going somewhere for 45 days and getting the same intervention and then coming back to a company for 45 days, for the rest of the year.
Okay. And then certainly that would be him losing his spot here, right? If
Yes.
he's gone for a long period of time.
Yes.
When kids are, I'm almost finished with this, but when kids, when you work with a certain kid on a day-to-day basis, do kids tend to get transferred to other therapists easily, or is that a problem?
No. So the way that session works is when you initially engage with the client, there is this phase that we call the pairing phase. And for each client, it's a little bit different. And for Dalen, it takes a little while to pair with him and build that rapport where he understands, like, I can work for you, then we can do what I want. It typically takes Dalen about a month to pair with him.
Okay. And so is that kind of like bonding?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be something similar to that, yeah.
Okay, so it typically takes a month to transition. So it was the first month that you worked with Dalen was more difficult than this last month.
Yes.
Okay. I pass the witness, Judge.
Sheriff has unmuted himself, sorry. Thank you very much. Your witness, I'm sorry, Ms. Myers, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Jones, first of all, thank you for your time and being here today. I have a few questions. Now, you've said that students don't miss, or children don't usually miss. Whenever my client checked with ABA, he was told that they could miss up to 3 weeks a year. Were you aware of that, or is that something that you don't usually handle?
He was told that by our company?
Yes.
That's not in our parent handbook.
Okay, but would that be approximately 10%, you think, of the 100% of the time out of the year?
That would be way more than 10%.
I'm sorry?
That would be way more than 10%. 3 weeks would be way more than 10%.
That would be 45 hours out of, you have 52 weeks and 15 hours. I think it wouldn't be, but maybe 10%. We're talking about the whole year.
Oh, so we don't go by the year. We do reauthorizations every 6 months, and we do fidelity checks every 2.
Okay, that helps. Thank you. So the other issue I was going to ask, now you said that he can't miss, but we know that he's gone on trips, cruises to Disney World, things like that with mom. So how did you handle those absences?
So those absences have not been longer than a few days. And the way that we set it up is we try to get those hours in either before or after. So his hours are made up. So he still does not end up missing more than 10%.
Okay, so when you say a few days, 2 or 3 days, I mean, I know it takes a while to get to Disney World and back. So about how many days do you think he has missed at one time?
Since I've been with him, he has not missed more than a couple of days at most. I don't know about the Disney World trip in particular. I would have to say that was before he started services with us.
So would you say 2 to 3 days at a time is the most he's missed?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then
And notoriously, if I be clear, the days that he misses, a lot of times it's due to sickness. It's not due to vacation.
okay, so but you're not aware of how he handled the vacations when he went on trips and things.
No.
Okay. And then as far as training, let's see. So if Mr. Robbins was able to attend, you know, I'm sure at first he'd probably want to come in person, but then after that, you know, the 1 or 2 times a week, if there were changes and things via Zoom, you could do the training that way for the parent.
Yes, we can do parent training via Zoom.
Okay. Now, it's been stated a couple of times that he was prescribed 25 hours.
Yes.
But he only goes 15 hours a week.
Yes, we have him increase in hours. We do have a therapist that's getting ready to cover those extra hours.
Okay, because it was also stated that because of insurance and other things, if he didn't do 90% of the prescribed hours, then he would be out of the program, but he's not doing close to 90%. So how's that work?
So when we initially write the initial assessment, the prescription of hours is the hours that me as a clinician feels it's necessary for him to make the most progress. In the field of ABA in general, there's a deficit in therapists and there's a deficit in BCBAs. And so getting him some hours is clinically shown to be better than getting none at all. And so the 15 hours that we have been able to give him right now, he has seen progress, but there could have been more progress had we had the therapist to cover the extra hours.
Okay, but that's not preventing him from being in the program, even though he can't miss the prescribed hours? Or is he not to miss the 15 hours that's being allocated?
So the reason why he's still in the program is because the deficit is not on the parent's portion, it's on the company's portion.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I didn't understand that part. That makes so knowing that this has been going on and the father has been trying to get visitation and things like that, have you all not already started kind of priming him for dad visits and spending time with his father and his other sibling?
We try to do the best that we can. We do understand that there has been inconsistency in visitation, and that is something that is very hard for Dalen as well. So if we do prime him and his dad fails to show, that is going to cause a regression in behavior.
Mr. Robinson, stop rolling your eyes, sir. I can see you, okay? Every time I can see you, sir, and it doesn't, you know, this may be 100% innocent, but it doesn't look well. Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
Sorry, Your Honor. So, no, Robinson's not been.
Yeah, Judge was a lawyer too, a long time ago, but still, I remember. Thank you. So thank you.
All
right, no, we kind of hit a glitch there, ma'am. You there?
Are we all back?
Yeah, I think it was you. Was it me or you? I think it was you, ma'am. Yeah, you're good now. See,
I'm not sure what's going on. I didn't know who you were talking to.
Okay, no. It sounds like somebody may have left. Did we lose somebody?
Well, it looks like Miss Jones is frozen. Oh no,
I'm
she's
here.
not. There she is. Okay.
All right, thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Meyer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Ms. Jones, knowing that he has not been missing any of his visit time, have you attempted to be priming him for the visits?
From what I understand is that there has been visits that have been.
I'm sorry. What was we had an objection. What's the objection, Ms. Kuzak?
I was just going to say, I don't know that was established that he has not missed visitation. So I'm assuming facts not in evidence, Judge.
Okay. All right. I think, well, all right. I'm going to overrule that one, Ms. Kuzak. We'll just go with what she knows at this point. So you can rephrase the question, Ms. Myers,
Sure.
to be what visitation dad has had. Thank you.
Okay. So has any priming been done? I'll ask it that way for dad.
Yes, initially it was.
Okay. Thank you. And then and you said that you would be willing to set up a Saturday training. We were not aware this was something we could do. No one's let us know this. So, but they can set up a Saturday training for dad to come in and actually have a training on a Saturday. Is that true?
Our company typically does not work on a Saturday, but we made that exception because we knew that it would be difficult for him to come throughout the week.
Okay, thank you. That's wonderful. And I had another question. Now, let's see, what else was I going to ask you? I think that's everything for right now. I think I've got everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Meyer. Ms. Gustafson, your witness.
Yes, Ms. Jones, my name is Jana Gustafson, and I'm Dalen's attorney. Has Mr. Robbins ever contacted you, or do you know if he's ever contacted your company?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And if he were to become involved with Dalen's treatment, would it be important for him to keep in consistent contact with you?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I interrupt for a second? A lot of these are the same questions that Ms. Jones has already answered.
Well, again, Adeline has her right to ask. I'll ask her not to be too repetitious, but clarify anything you think you need to know, Ms. Gustafson. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. And do you work with Dalen every day?
I do not.
Okay. The therapist that does work with him, she works with him every day?
Yes.
Okay. And it was my understanding that y'all are priming him to begin school, and to begin with, someone will be going to the school with him. Is that right?
Yes, Dalen struggles with transitions, and it is vital that we have somebody with him at school. The ultimate goal of ABA is to decrease hours and eventually fade out of services once he has the skills needed that we say are age appropriate. And so right now we are basically in the foundation process, building up those skills to eventually decrease the hours. And right now, having those breaks that are in question would kind of prolong his process in ABA.
Okay, that's all I had, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, real quick again. Right now, obviously, summer's over, okay? Yeah, school's getting ready to start. And the long-term stuff will not, the week-long, 2-week-long, 3-week-long thing will not happen anytime soon. But Dad, under Texas law, he gets a 1 weekend, long distance visitation, 1 weekend a month, and maybe make it extended Friday through Sunday so he can get, come down, pick child up, then bring it back on Sunday. And that's just 1 weekend a month. That's based on everything I heard today from you, that doesn't sound very problematic.
It wouldn't. What I would clinically recommend is if he is picking him up on a Friday, we can adjust session so that he can be involved in session before they leave for the weekend.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Welch, any questions, sir?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Cusack, anything on redirect?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you. And thank you, Ms. Jones.
All right. Ms. Meyer, anything else, ma'am?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. May Ms. Jones be excused?
Yes, please,
Yes.
Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Sorry to ruin your Friday like we have with a bunch of judges and lawyers, but we appreciate you. And like I say, I've just learned more about this subject than I had. This beats CLE, any continuing legal education, any day of the week. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Looks like we got about 45 minutes left, and we hadn't called our first party witness yet. And I know Ms. Gustafson has a 1:30. And I want to try to power through a couple of things, and maybe we can get. But we need to do a second setting, then we'll take a look at that. But for right now, Ms. Kuzak, I would want to hear from both the parties, obviously. So right now, like I say, we got about 45 minutes to an hour left. So I would want to limit each. We got 3 lawyers and 4 lawyers, and I would want to limit. I'll limit Mr. Welch to 5 minutes, but I'll ask y'all to keep the witnesses at 10 minutes each, and hopefully we might be able to get through this whole thing without having to come back. All right.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Hold on.
So you can call your next witness, and I need everybody to okay. All right, so okay, I see Ms. Crichton. Ms. Crichton's there, so I need Ms. Crichton and Mr. Robbins. You need to go back, turn back on your video, turn back on your audio, and Ms. Kuzak, you can call your first witness, please.
I'm sorry, Ms. Creighton.
I have to go in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'll tell you what we're looking at doing.
I'm sorry.
All right, understand, ma'am. Okay, it's problematic. All right, folks. I want the lawyers to see if they can stick around and kind of narrow some issues down. I think we got a lot of information today, what we're looking at. And Ms. Myers, I want to give you the opportunity again to think outside the box on this one. Again, obviously, this is new to me as far as these circumstances concerned and what we need to be done going forward. So I want to see what we can figure out, what we're going to do and what we can limit the next hearing to. But obviously, I don't want to get Ms. Creighton started, and then after she has to leave in 15 minutes. So, let's go look at some dates also.
I have some suggestions that the other attorney, we might be able to work something out. Maybe, I think we'll see.
All right, well, like I said, that's why I'm gonna put y'all back in, let y'all go back into a breakout room and talk out of earshot of the judge, and then let Ms. Crichton go. And
One really quick, I'm sorry to speak above you, Judge. Just to clarify, because I can't testify, Dalen also has speech and occupational therapy that he attends twice a week for both. So he does Mondays, he has speech and occupational therapy from 8:30 to 9:30. It'll be switching because school's starting, so it'll change to 2 to 3, and then it'll change from Wednesdays to Fridays in the afternoon. So his schedule already is kind of getting shifted just to give a little bit more color into his day. He'll go to school in the daytime, and then from there we will go to clinic in ABA, and then on Mondays and Fridays he'll go to OT and then speech in the afternoon, just so you guys kind of have a little bit of a big picture of what he kind of looks like starting August 1st.
Okay. What we could possibly do, Judge, is if the attorneys want to go into a side room, see if we can work out issues, Ms. Creighton, I can call you. And I'll just ask you if, certain hours or whatever are an option. Okay. Is that okay, Judge?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
And again, obviously, like the therapist said, it looks like this is a ongoing reevaluation every 90 days. So, hopefully I'm not looking for miracles, just looking for consistency. And hopefully, like I say, y'all can try to figure out something that will be done. Can be done if we need to keep this, with a long-term further temporary order, then come back after the first of the year and get a new update. Then I'm willing to go with that also. So,
Your Honor,
yes,
I also wanted to mention there is another child that does not have any issues.
Right. I know. Well, we're focusing on the one because the other one sounds like, yeah, that's straight out standard, so forth and so on. I'm pretty sure that little sister wants to be around a big brother as much as possible also, but we'll work with that. I got it. No problem.
Kids have another brother, so they have a brother at Dad's house too that they don't see.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. They got a half sibling over there. Got it also too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that testimony, but I was just thinking about the child that's going to be actually coming in for visitation on a more regular basis than probably the oldest. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all get into a breakout room, and we'll see and check back in with me. And obviously, ma'am, your lawyer will call you as necessary. And Mr. Robbins, you just hang out here in the main room with me until they come back in. Thank you. If they need to bring you in, sir, for something, they'll bring you in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, like I said, let's see the breakout room. Yeah, I know sometimes Zoom.
Listen, I'll stay mobile. I can stay mobile, Allison, and just listen in. But I'm gonna go camera off. And
okay, and make sure you mute it too, please.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
All right, sometimes I gotta move people. You move y'all into a doesn't like people going back into the same breakout room. So
I've got to be in another court at noon, but in El Paso. But I'm zooming, so it shouldn't be very long.
All right, so I'll give y'all, it's like y'all only got about 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and move everybody to room. So everybody should be able to log back into the, do y'all see that? Y'all are co-host, y'all can text me,
I
move
can.
stuff in. I'll go ahead and. All right. You see that, Ms. Gustafson? I know you're not that tech savvy. I can just move everybody over to 2 and that. Now, I'll move everybody over to 2. That way it'll automatically do it. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Did we just move and we don't know it?
You should get something popping up saying go over to room 2. So yeah.
Okay. Feel like I'm in Star Trek. Beam me up.
Yeah, bring me up, Scotty. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh, there we go.
Everybody should be in 2 now. Thank you. The 12th, a Wednesday, I got any time available, so we can just set it up for the 3-hour on the morning or afternoon on either one of those on those 2 days.
You do have an in-person compliance docket on that date, November 12th, Your
Sorry,
Honor?
the 12th is okay. I hadn't set that up. Okay, it's the 12th. I got the 19th as a recess commitment docket.
You moved it up because your advanced family's on the 19th.
Oh, okay. I did not. Okay, all right. You're all right. So, all right. So, okay. So the 12th is not available. Okay, let's see what else.
And also, Your Honor, it would be unless they needed a Friday, Thursday the 6th would be the special setting for that week.
Okay. All right. So let them know both the 6th and the 7th are available on the that week. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anytime. And let's see, the next week I'm doing my online advanced family, so that's not available. And Linda, what do you have on Thursday the 20th?
Same thing, your advanced family.
Oh, that's that week? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong week then. Let me go back to the week of the 10th. All right. And okay, so and what's the 12th now?
That's our compliance hearing docket.
Okay, so that's I just moved that forward. And so the 14th, though, there's nothing on the 14th, right?
Right.
All right, so let them know the right now it's the 6th, 7th, and 14th. They can either have a morning setting or an afternoon for the 3.5 hours. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And let me go ahead and move that one from the that docket to the 12th. That ain't I didn't forgot I did. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and set that up.
I will go let them know now. Your Honor, we're all coming back. I think Miss Meyer may be still in the room.
She may not know she needs to leave.
Oh, I'll go back and let her know.
Well, at least I definitely had some time to do some work on the calendar. So, all right. All right, we're back on the record. On the I'm sorry, I was gave the wrong name. The Robbins and Crichton matter. So at this time, I understand we're looking at a further temporary order to address some of the issues that came up in today's hearing, and we're looking to reset for in sometime in November. So who's going to give the court that information? Thank you.
I guess.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Your Honor, I guess I'll give at least part of it there. Not as much for the visitation. I think they can handle that. But so I was inaccurate, Your Honor, when I said that we had a temporary agreement. It doesn't look like that's the case. So, Your Honor, I think we do all agree that to have this as a further temporary order, I think everyone would probably be fine with keeping the support as it is right now. And this will keep the retro and all the retro stuff reserved. With the only thing being really changed is the visitation. And then I wasn't able to get them the dates because we needed to get this in front of you, Your Honor. But you've already told me the dates you can come back are November 6th, 7th, and 14th, morning or afternoon. for 3.5 hours. That's it from me, Your Honor.
All right, then. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a chance. Yeah, right now those dates are available. 2 in 1 week and 1 the following week, and of course after that Thanksgiving stuff. I got Advanced Family online after that. So and then after that's Thanksgiving. So yeah, not the greatest. The November, December, not the greatest time to have hearings, but I have all those slots available. So hopefully, yeah, y'all can make that fit your calendars. Ms. Cusack, I threw in 2 for your Wednesday, and 2 of them are Wednesday and Thursday. So yeah, so hopefully, like I said, that'll work. So
The 6th is perfect for me, November 6th, if we want to go ahead and pick a date.
all
I
right, Ms.
can't,
Cusack.
I can't do the 6th. I can do the 7th or the 14th.
And I can't do the 7th and the 14th because that's a Friday, I believe.
Yeah, the ones for Friday. So all
I
right, so
can do
now
Wednesday.
I'm
I
sorry.
know what I'm sorry, Judge. I know what Miss Gustafson is basically, because she does the CPS stuff, and she's usually like Thursday is her CPS day. Is there a Wednesday?
Well, actually Wednesdays are worse than Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Because I use CPS Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Wednesday I'm on 3 different dockets. So Wednesday's usually the worst. But
I'm sorry. Okay, so
I'm gonna pull up that Thursday, and I can maybe send a note and get my cases moved to the Wednesday before or after, because it's enough time to maybe do that. So let me pull that up real quick and see what I can do. So that's November 6th.
The only day I cannot do is the 7th. I'm having a heart surgery on this. I've got to go back to my cardiologist on the 7th. So.
oh wow.
Yeah, I can. I just need to move move the 2 cases I have set, but I'll send a letter to Cindy and ask her to move them.
All right, tell you what, ladies, if y'all need, and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and you know, I can go in and out of Advanced Family if I need to. So I can set up in an afternoon. I like to get started and not worry about it. But I can do probably if push comes to shove. You say which day? Thursdays or Wednesdays are the worst for you, Ms. Gustafson?
Usually Wednesday, but on that Thursday, the 6th, was it the morning or afternoon?
Both are available.
Well, I could probably do the afternoon, and I might not have to move anything if we did the afternoon.
Okay. And I understand that works for you, Ms. Meyer. How about Ms. Cusack? That works for you?
Yes, Judge. It works fine. Thank you.
All right, we'll move that. All right then. All right, thank you very much. Is there anything we're gonna keep everything? I'm sorry, I heard about the child support standards we'll hold the retro in abatement till that final hearing. If that, hopefully that can be the final hearing. And what was the other item?
We go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say I would ask that everything stay as is. But you know what? I think maybe we'll ask Jana what she thinks.
I think that the dad is willing to, go ahead and do the ABA,
Right.
training, which I think that would be fabulous for him to go ahead and get that started. But I'm not comfortable changing the visitation yet from what it is until we kind of all get on the same page.
All right, so okay,
Can you-
Ms. Meyer.
Yes, thank you. So here's what Dad has offered to do. Come in and do an in-person training on a Saturday, hopefully the first week of August or whenever he can, early. Do a Saturday training, and then consistently and every week do weekly Zoom parent training / updates with ABA, whatever it is they need every single week through Zoom. But
I'm going to object because we had an offer too. Okay, we had a very reasonable offer that we discussed.
Okay,
So I'm going to object to that, Your Honor.
Okay, guys.
I'm sorry. We did a lot of talking outside of the judge. I don't think we're supposed to bring all those in front of you, are we?
No.
No.
That's why she's saying that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not appropriate for you to tell the judge what your client offered to do, because we all had a negotiating situation outside of the hearing of the judge.
My suggestion for the new temporary orders is what I'm bringing forward, because
Okay.
we need updated temporary orders.
All right, guys. Look like we gotta come back. I mean, sooner than later. So yeah, look like it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
he just wants to see his kids, and
Okay.
it's been dragging out and dragging out. He's been coming every Saturday, driving 8 hours, to see them for a couple of hours and driving back. He'd like to just.
Okay. All right, y'all can't come to agreement. The judge is gonna have to make a ruling. But again, I hadn't heard testimonies from the party, so here we go. We're gonna get this one done, folks, one way or the other.
Thank you.
All right.
Is that at 1:30 or 1?
I'm sorry.
On November 6th?
I'm talking about getting you guys back in the next few. I'm gonna cancel some stuff and I'm gonna end this one.
Okay, well, that's great.
So again, I need that, but I'm sorry. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Dad needs to do the training. He's got to do the training.
Yeah.
How soon can Dad do the training?
Right away, as soon as they give him a Saturday.
Okay.
He'll get phone numbers and contact, and the very first available Saturday, hopefully before the school starts, August 1st, whatever August. It's going to be up to them to give it to him. August 1st is, I don't know what day here. August 2nd is a Saturday. And they did already testify that they would make that available to him. So,
Assuming that they, nobody's on vacation or anything like that, that they don't have something else committed for that Saturday, that specific Saturday. They may have a kid's birthday party or something. I don't know.
All right. Okay. All right, folks. Looks like I got I got some, and I'll get confirm with Belinda. Belinda, I'm showing nothing in the afternoon of Thursday the 14th. I got some stuff August the 14th. I got some stuff on Friday. I got some items on earlier that day. Are you showing anything on the 14th at after 1 o'clock?
I'm sorry, you're on August?
August 14th. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
That's a regular docket, Your Honor.
Oh, that's still a regular docket? Okay.
I'm still going to be out for my surgery. My heart surgery is August 6th.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, the actual surgery. Okay. When you back in the office, ma'am?
The 15th.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Boy, yeah, that's the end of the fiscal year. That's just, August is just crazy. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I got nothing. Everything is booked solid through in August. All right. Right now, the current temporary order is still in place, folks. Obviously, I'd like to make some changes, but that looks like it's not going to happen. So that's where I want to leave it. And right now, I got Dad trying to take care of his side of the circumstances, and let's see what I got in September. So.
So what are we just not doing this because we can't get all the testimony?
That's not, it doesn't sound like, well, first off, it's, the time's up on this one. And like I said, I got another one coming in at 1:30. So, and the judge hasn't, I hadn't had any lunch. So yeah, that's problematic. So we're going to take care of me for a while. Secondly, let's see. So again, if y'all can't come to an agreement, then the only thing that we have right now is the current temporary order. Don't have anything solidly for the next from the end of August through even September's almost full, except for Mondays and that Miss Cusack and Fridays. yeah, I got almost every Friday. Well, yeah. So starting at the middle of the month, I got Mondays and Fridays, and that's probably it. So unless y'all can come in on those days, we're probably looking to have to come back in October and November, one way or the other, folks. And
Your
right
Honor.
now, the only time is a temporary order. So
Your Honor, I think
yeah.
you don't have to reschedule us. My client, it's we're going to give her what she wants, and he's just going to go ahead and terminate his rights. I need to talk to her attorney. We'll do it. I was trying hard. He's not going to get to see him anyway, so we'll just.
Okay, well, again, termination is the family law death penalty case. That the district judge, obviously that goes to my district judge on this instead of me.
I understand.
There's an excellent chance that they're not going to go along with that, and they don't like it. But I'll just want to give you a heads up. So.
Well, I mean, she's not going to let him see his kids. It's just all there is to it. So I just need to talk to her attorney.
All right, well, here's the deal, folks. I can make a final order, and
I don't actually think that's
stop, ma'am. You got a lawyer. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Thank you. Again, after the tempers are flaring up here, and that's that. So I want everybody to count to 10, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll have Mr. Welch. I'm going to see if I can work out a bunch of different dates where I actually have time. I know Ms. Cusack and Ms. Gustafsson have scheduling things, and obviously Ms. Meyer has some medical things she's got to take care of. So I'm gonna give you several different ones. We can try to do something. But again, people are getting frustrated. So count to 10. Let's figure this out, and we'll take it from there. Because again, Ms. Meyer, believe me, I enforce my orders. My morning speech is I had to put a lady in jail for the whole summer because she refused to let dad see the kids. So I said, I'll just put her in Bell County jail for 60 days. And guess what? Dad got the child for 60 days. Never had a problem out of him after that. All right. So again, I enforce my visitation orders. No ifs, ands, or buts. So yeah, it's a bottom line thing. I enforce my child support and my visitation. But anyway, I want everybody to count to 10. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss for now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll send Mr. Welch a bunch of different dates, and I'm going to try to work around. I know Ms. Kuzak and Ms. Gustafson's schedule, and ma'am, I know your medical schedule. So we'll see about getting something set up. And again, I don't mind working on things. I got enough CLE. All right, I'm board certified family, so I always keep my 30 hours a year up. But that's why I always go to advanced family to do a couple of things, but I can find some other things to substitute that in to make sure I get my whole 25, 30 hours that I like to get every year. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go at this point. We're off the record, and hopefully we, like I say, everybody has a chance to cool down a little bit, and I'll have Mr. Welch work as the facilitator in this, and let's see if we can get something done one way or the other. And if I can get back in for a couple of hours so I can actually get some testimony or sit people down for an hour and get some testimony from everybody, I will for a couple of hours. But I'll give different dates and different times and see what we can come up with. All right. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go off the record. Everybody is dismissed at this point. And like I said, count to 10, recoup, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right. Thank you very much. We're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good afternoon.
Everybody be safe out there. And ma'am, and in fact, Ms. Meyer, is she gone?
She's gone.
She left.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say good luck with the surgery. So thank you, everybody.
And Your Honor, so for this afternoon, Ms. Laura Taylor will handle your 115 ruling, and then Mr. Diamond will handle the 130 case.
All right, thank you.